Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing? It's not Sunday. That's what happens when you're retired. You lose track of time. What's up, guys? Good morning. Question stickers, throw them in the comment box. We'll get started in a second. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Did nothing but rain here. Crazy amount of rain, actually. Starting in 30 seconds, guys. Starting in 30 seconds. Yeah, it'd be nice if it was Sunday again, right? What's going on, YouTube? All right, guys, let's get started. Good morning. Happy Monday, August 17th. No data today. There's some 10 a.m. stuff that's really light. Tomorrow, light data. Wednesday is actually the big data day. Actually, bedhead right here. Where we have the FOMOC minutes dropped. Get to see behind the scenes and what the Fed committee was deciding or arguing on the rate cuts or rate hike or rate hold, right? And that does sometimes move the market because if you see dissension or if you see alignment, that generally will move the market. Thursdays we've got initial jobless claims, and then Friday I don't think we have anything important. So I think PMI. So and then the oscillators are neutral 14 for the NIMO, 28 for the NAMO, same as they were for all of last week. And VIX just keeps dropping. I know you can't see that Instagram. Look at that. Look at that. 14. Fuck, are we going to see VIX at 10? Okay. Regardless. If you scroll back through my reels, you'll see a thing. I did a thing on the VIX if you want to go learn about it. All right, so as I go through this, what I'm looking at, you guys can put your questions or tickers in there. So let's see. All right, so I alerted my group that we're experiencing rollover. In other words, these trend statuses were all very green pre-market, and now they're just rolling over. This was green, completely just rolled right over it. After this was, I think that spike was was this. Market spiked on that announcement. Can you see it? Reports that approval of extended the 60-day period between Iran and America. Oh boy, we're going to extend the ceasefire. Market shot up and then completely sold down. Shot up, gave it back. So right now, guys, we are looking for shorts. So that would be a short into this box, which is tough to take. So we have mean reversion buy. So I need to switch these now. Hopefully price doesn't get trapped on us. So you could buy into this box. We'll watch what the underlier opens at in SPX. So when you have trend rollover, a lot of times the only opportunity you have is you have to wait for confirmation of the side that it's trending to or mean reversion. So that's what we're looking for in ES. Same thing. Here's your spike. And then not only did it sell off from price where it was, but it gave back a lot more, right? I mean, we're looking at a very small time frame. So double. It gave back double. The next long would be above the VWAP. So above all-time high VWAP and daily VWAP. So the trend status here, or the hour. Let's look at the hour real quick. How close are we? We're short. It has crossed, just hasn't confirmed. So you can hunt shorts here. So next short, guys, this is how close it is. Next short, let me adjust this for everyone. Is somewhere right in here. 30.67. Look at that run on Friday. All those primary reads that paid after we were out of the war room. All right, questions, tickers, throw them in the box, guys. In the comment box. NQ, I like it as a buy down here in the 30,000 box. Right now, it's just too confused. Our next long technically would be here, but you'd have to wait for the VWAP, I think, because VWAP's defense. Because remember, price below VWAP is selling. There you go. So buy here or buy down here. I think the higher conviction between those two, honestly, is down here because this would have to buy above that. But no, I wouldn't short. I wouldn't short that down to that level. I get asked that all the time. Well, Sean, if you're saying it's going to come down here as a buy, why don't you just short it to that level? Yeah, I'm just saying I will buy if it goes down there. I'm not saying I will sell in that direction. That's a difference, guys. All right, YM has been bearish the entire time. So the next sell, this is the industrials, right? Are selling off. Oftentimes we see have recently seen the Dow in the opposite direction. Next short's about 630. We would take that for 90 points. All right. And then let's look at gold. Gold is up. Look at the underlier. Keeps getting rejected by 4,400. I just did a video yesterday on that ascending triangle. Did you guys see it? If you go to my Instagram and you look for that video, if you wouldn't mind commenting on it or sharing it out so people see more what we do in TA, that'd be very helpful. I haven't posted a lot. Like I have a lot of like clips being put out, but if you see a talking head video with me, right, if you would share it, all right, or at least comment on it. It doesn't have to be a long comment. I would appreciate it. Try to get some traction with Meta because, you know, there's literally, I put out the same content and my views were really 6 months ago were literally about 7 times as more. All right. Anyway, XAU, this is actually a short zone for the underlier. So this is why price is struggling here at about 44.60, right? Because of the XAU box. You have to be aware of the underliers. Anytime you trade futures, you have to be aware of the underliers. And oil selling down. This was very bullish after. So look, here, this is kind of funny. Here's the announcement, cooled it off, and it bounced right back. Oil bulls said bullshit. Then again. So, but right now it has a. Oh, you can see this. It's established its range. Its range is 82 to 83. So right now, buying 82, selling 83, going 25-cent chunks. We'll keep an eye on it. Anyhow, I've been doing this for 4 years, every single morning to help you guys out. All the links are back in my bio, guys. If you ask a question I don't get to, if you have a question later, like I should have asked him, just go to my free Discord and tag me. If I'm tagged, I've answered every reasonable question. And we have like 2,400 members that anybody's ever asked. All right. Let's see what you guys have. Let's check you out. YouTube. Good morning, guys. We got 10 inches of rain. We're living in Seattle. It's crazy. I'd have to look at, like, if you're saying less interest right now, you mean in buying and selling? We'd have to look at the daily volume. I talked about it in my weekend update. If you guys don't know, if you follow me on YouTube, I do a weekend update where I look at a number of instruments, and that changes from week to week. And then I also take suggestions. I do TA on it. On this run up, the volume is down. Plus, July historically being a vacation month, the volume is down. All the hedge fund guys are in the Hamptons. Yes, I am, Prince. I'll keep those VWAPs until we get another important data drop. But they're, the more time we've touched them since they've been out, the weaker they are. So like non-farm payrolls, I might change them when I get to FOMOC minute drop. I'll let you know when you're in my war room when I erase them. I don't like keeping a ton of VWAPs on there. Arian, Sean, you're awesome, and what you do is absolutely amazing. All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I do a lot of free for the community, guys. I do have a paid community, and it's amazing to me how many people get salty because I actually charge for trading with me and giving the education I do. You guys have a lot of choices out there. I was like, well, I want to join a different group because they're cheaper. Well, think about where you learned this shit. Think about where they learned this shit. Go to discount store and shop then. Yeah, you're right. I have to compare it against 12 months ago. That'd be good. If you see those numbers, let me know, Yuri. That'd be interesting. All right. Instagram, what do you have? YouTube, if you guys have any other questions, throw it up there for me. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know any fair value gap guys signing prints that have an actual. They don't. Well, I don't know because I don't dig, but I can tell you if they have a formal education, they're not teaching fair value gaps. If they have the education, they are not teaching fair value gaps at all. Actually, it's funny. The only guys that I know that have a formal education like I do don't do day trading. They're more swing analysis. I don't know. I'm not saying there's not CMT folks that day trade, but I haven't come across any, and I've been in the business for a long time. Most of those guys swing trade or do analysis for firms. All right. Ticker request for ACLO and HYMC. ACLO, nuclear is just beat up. So if you go back and watch my weekend update from 2 weeks ago, I think it's the last time I had it on, I pulled it off the report, just set this alert here. That this is the range for support that I talked about. And now looking backwards, it did find support and it's trying to climb up. We are in the death cross period, right? So it is a selling period. So if you like it, you can size in on a discount, and I would limit your risk. Like if you're buying in around these current prices, there's $10 of risk, upward target, couple. So you have resistance points overhead. It's not a confirmed buy until we cross the IPO anchored VWAP at 58 or the all-time high at 79. And it doesn't mean it won't run there, but you have to recognize if you're long now, that's where your resistance points are. So you would never size in extremely strong now. You start sizing in, because if we cross the anchored VWAP to IPO and approach us, you see with this purple line will cross the breaking line, and that would be an institutional buy, probably above that. So any buying now is kind of front running it fundamentally, but that's how you get best pricing. If you wanted to buy in here, just mitigate your risk a little bit. I mean, I've said it. I've been on the record saying nuclear should be a good thesis under this administration. This administration is very, very pro-nuclear, especially with AI. So just a matter of when it runs. Then the other one is HYMC. Listen, all miners need to be bought and commiserate with gold's movement. It hit exactly the buy zone that we talked about the last time I had it on the report 3 weeks ago. And then has ran in a trade. And this is the trade plan. I haven't touched it, guys. I leave my trade plans on there. Look, tapped into the zone exactly. And at the time, price was over here. I said target the all-time high anchored VWAP, which is a little lower right now, right? So, and right now you're in the middle. If gold discounts, that's when you start sizing in, right? Gold support is confirmed at 4,000. Do you remember how it was kind of bouncing on it and then getting stronger with resistance and weaker on support? Well, the catalyst change in the environment has made it a buy, and since it shot up the measurement that I told you that it would to 4,400, the next time we see 4,000, it won't break, at least the first time. All right. Let's see what else. Premarket plays in ES. Mean reversion is the only thing available right now, Blaine. If you're running the algorithm, you're looking at I already gave the mean reversion read when it came into it. So you got to pick a price down between 7,800 and then you could get a few points running it out of this. I don't like selling into the box. So right now, the only thing available is buys on mean reversion. GRSL. Yep, same thing. Silver miner. Watch the underlier. I have delayed data on this one for whatever reason. Somebody else asked me this the other day. Watch silver, the underlier at. So the 65. It's in the middle of nowhere, guys. We'll go watch my weekend update. I don't like buying and selling in the middle of nowhere. If it pulls back closer to 60, you might get a better price. Hood. Robinhood. It's being rejected right now by that all-time high anchored VWAP. We do have the golden cross, which is good. That's good for it, right? If it gets rejected and goes further down, it will go right back at a death cross. Basically, EMAs run sideways, which means channeling. But if it crosses like 90, like 99 some here, that's actually going to be a buy signal. And this right here was a buy signal. So you could start sizing in. If you want to size in now, put your stop loss right there. If $13 is too much risk, then reduce it to something comfortable for you. You need to do it based on ATR. That's what I'd do. Hood should have had a good thesis with them reducing the requirement for the $25,000 requirement for day trading. Silver for an entry. Yes, let me jump back to silver. Go watch my weekend update. I go over it more extensively. Right now, buy zone we talked about was 54 to 56, which held, and then you have resistance at 73. When you're out here in the middle of nowhere, you can really only, so you can see, look, you have to basically trade it on a smaller time frame. There's the channel it's in. So any buy that you make, say current price, let's say 64, you need to get your stop loss just below this channel in case it breaks downwards. Looks like it wants to break upwards, so you look like you need about $1.25 of risk if you're going to swing trade it. All right, guys, I got to run because I've got to get to my community. Links are in the bio. Come trade with me. 7 days free, guys. When it's slow, I teach. Right? I teach. I teach a ton of technical analysis. I teach long portfolio management. I teach a lot. Right? So you guys have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow. VIPs, I'm on my way.